Hey, what's going on, Boo Boo? Yeah, I don't know what happened. How did I get kicked out? Rambo, you didn't get kicked out. We all got kicked out. We were talking about how well YouTube does as far as being a stable platform, and then it just dropped us. All of a sudden, I realized that there were no comments and jumped out and jumped back in again because we're not done yet. Are you going to do the subscribers only talk tonight? Not tonight, only because I have not yet figured out how to. There's some logistics that aren't quite working yet, but we will do that again soon. Probably it is better than Facebook. That's true. Yeah, Deb, we jinxed it. You're just saying how I was right that the live was, yeah, exactly. Stay on YouTube. We broke the tube. Nice back. Well, we got a core group back. Let's see if we get back up to the 300-400 we had. But regardless, sent you a few bucks. You're killing it. I know you did, Rambo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. It helps. This is something that I am. Oh, it could be the internet. My buddy Matt just actually texted me. It could have very well just been the internet. We're having some. It's probably not YouTube. It's probably my internet connection because we have storms going on down here. So it's probably that. Good point, Matt. Internet went down for a minute. You can read comments when there are less people. Group makes me smile. Me too, Deb. Take a bit to get noticed. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah. Do you guys actually hit the thumbs up at the top? Is that how you get? I don't even know what the likes are on this thing. Those that know how to like, tell the group how to like. Yeah, it's just there's bad storms coming through here. Exactly, Christine. Sheila, welcome back. Fewer, not less. Okay. Eli. Three dots. Hit the three dots and the like. Okay. Secret meetings. Thanks so much for taking me back to good times. Love your channel, John. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like is at the very top. Welcome back. Internet went down for a minute. Hit the hearts. We are back. It's on top. All right, good. Welcome back. Little by little, people are finding their way back. Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, and now we apologize for the interruption, but bring you back to your regularly scheduled programming already in progress. Why don't I have a pick on here? I'm not sure, Deb. How's it going, John? I'm doing awesome. Looking forward to a great week. Never tech challenged. Did you ever break dance? I never did. I never had that talent. I can dance, but disco dancing when I was a little kid. I remember in the 3rd grade, I was quite the disco dancer. I had that down pretty well, but not the break dancing. Let's talk lawn darts. Let's do a like the button smash. If you ever threw a lawn dart straight up in the air and played chicken, hit that like button. We're at 60. For me, it would be to 61. If you ever ran like hell because you didn't want a lawn dart splitting you in the head, don't hit that button. But we did. We played chicken with it. Parachute pants and cardboard. Disco duck. You can dance, but can you sing? I actually can sing. I was I was a dork growing up, proud of it. Comic books and science fiction. Wasn't really much of an athlete. It took me a long time to become this strong physical specimen you see before you. But I was a theater geek too. I was in every musical my school had, every play, and it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, made some really close connections with people. The few girls that I did date early on were both in the musicals with me, so that was kind of cool. Girls got to notice me, and for some reason, girls think that singing is pretty cool. Your girl is proof she got singing from me. My wife says that too, Stacy. Bridget says I did stage crew. I'm telling you, bonding kids together from different connections, drama is huge for that. I love the cropped shirt video. For what it's worth, Doreen, I did have to stick the belly out to make that work. It's not me. I'm not saying I'm in amazing shape, but there was a little bit of theatrics at play getting that stomach out. If y'all don't know what she's talking about, there is a video out there where I talk about crop shirts. That was a reference to the Genesis song. I can't dance. Yep, I remember it. That was funny. There are 26 people on another chat. Hopefully they'll figure it out and come back over. Nothing I can really do about it. That was just an internet glitch. What do your kids say about your 70s and 80s videos? My kids love them. My 12-year-old will make fun of me sometimes, and I'm good with it. I can take a joke. My 20-year-old didn't like it as much when she was in school because teachers started finding it. And then teachers would talk about my page, and then her friends would find out about my page. And, anything a parent does is embarrassing. So that was always kind of rough. Hey, Cindy, welcome back. I need to redo my account here. Yeah, Dad, just get your name and throw a picture up maybe. And we're back. 225. Hit that like button. Get people over here. Let's see if we can get that like button over 100. Friends cannot find the page. I just found out my MTV is over. Yeah, so MTV.com had archives of thousands of articles, news sources, stories, photos, pictures, the whole catastrophe. And it just recently, Paramount in its infinite wisdom, just decided to delete all the archives from MTV.com and VH1.com as well. So Paramount sucks. This channel has helped my miserable life. Thanks, dude. I hope that's a good thing. I was sad when MTV died. What's my agenda tonight? We've just been chatting about everything, Gen X era. Just joining in. Hi. It's in the notification page for next time. It is tragic. And actually, somebody who follows me, now I follow them, was a past president of MTV News. And he said the first strike was when they closed down MTV News, and now this. Just erasing history. I don't get it. My favorite movie, Breakfast Club would be up there. Field of Dreams is up there. Bull Durham. Miss Voodoo, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. Gen X Avengers. Avengers Assemble. Gen Xers Assemble. What other movies? Princess Bride is awesome. Goonies is a favorite. Stand By Me, probably one of my top 5. I mean, we have to break movies into genres almost in order to make sure we show them enough love. Beaches. Who said beaches? Is that Deb? That was Marie. Yeah, I have a fondness for all things Bette Midler and beaches, apparently. Stand By Me was absolutely incredible. Sandlot. Sandlot is a 90s movie that forever, to me, will be an 80s movie. They did a really good job just capturing everything about those incredible movies that we had in the 80s and revisiting it. Sandlot is awesome. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 1 was my favorite of the 3, but it's kind of special when you're a Greek kid. Love your shorts. I'm a boomer, but grew up Gen X. Thank you. The films in the 80s were incredible. Back to the Future. It just depends on what you mean. Some movies, John Cotrides for president. No, thank you. Some movies are amazing because of lines. Dark Crystal, I saw that. Some movies are amazing because of the way they make us feel, right? Especially if you can make an extra feel something, you've done something. Some movies are just great because of the way we remember them or the entertainment part. It just really depends. Sandlot made me feel something. The Stand By Me, Outsiders, Lost Boys falls under more of entertainment. E.T. made me feel something. Those are movies that move us, and you can watch them over and over and over. There's very few new movies that come out. Even if I'm like, that was a good movie, I doubt that I'll watch it twice, let alone 5 or 6 times. And the movies that were made in the 80s, a lot of them I can watch over and over again. There's even movies, Pretty Woman couldn't be made today. I mean, if you want to put a synopsis around Pretty Woman that explains why you couldn't make it today, it's a hooker with a heart. The guy paid for her time. It's just not right. And yet it was so right back in the 80s, and it was a love story, no less. You can't change. Oh, Bridget, thank you so much. $10 super chat from Bridget. Appreciate it. Thank you. Never Ending Story, Money Pit, Red Dawn, first PG-13 movie. Gremlins, Jaws, the first scary movie I've ever seen. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles absolutely made me feel something. It's just that's the point. They and then of course we can't talk movies without talking movie soundtracks. Dirty Dancing had one of the better soundtracks. Back to the Future had a decent soundtrack. Top Gun, I own the soundtrack. There are movies like Quicksilver with Matthew Modine that I don't remember the premise of the movie, but I love the soundtrack. Footloose, amazing soundtrack, just fun. Lost Boys soundtrack, Heather's soundtrack, Less Than Zero had an incredible soundtrack. War Games, great movie. My Boyfriend's Back. I don't think I've seen it, but okay, great soundtrack. Cocktail soundtrack. I owned it. 16 Candles. Platoon, I did. I owned that soundtrack as well. I owned the Crow soundtrack. Grease was one of the first records I remember my older brother actually owning, and it was the vinyl with Grease and Saturday Night Fever. He had both of those. Gleaming the Cube, I remember that. Yeah, Vision Quest is another one. Matthew Modine. That might have even been what I was thinking of when I said Quicksilver, but both of them, I think. I don't necessarily remember either movie, but I absolutely own the soundtracks. Batman with Prince on there and Seal on there. Great soundtrack. Cocktail was fun. Cocktail had a fun soundtrack on it. Pump Up the Volume. Xanadu. Mega Force. Don't remember that one. Forrest Gump. Purple Rain, come on, goes without saying. Maximum Overdrive. This is awesome, guys. I love when you drive the conversation. Warrior soundtrack, love the Baseball Furies. Color of Money. Young Guns, great soundtrack. What was the one with Michelle Pfeiffer? She was a teacher. I own that soundtrack. There was at least one or two good songs on there. I think Coolio might have been on there. Not the greatest movie. Ms. Voodoo says, my first cassette tape is in not vinyl was King of Pain by the Police. I think I had that one. Dangerous Minds. Thank you, Rambo John. Yep, you got it, Drew. Flashdance, great soundtrack. Breakfast Club. Amazing soundtrack. I mean, so that's, they went together. Now tell me a movie made in the last 10 years that had a great soundtrack. I'll wait. I mean, I don't think that there is one. I don't think they go hand in hand anymore. Am I wrong? I'm looking. And I'm not bashing movies. There have been some good movies, but there's missed opportunities. Like I just took my 12-year-old to see Inside Out 2. It was a great movie. It was a fun little movie. I don't remember a single song from it. Disney, yeah, Barbie, maybe. I mean, Disney would make some great soundtracks, but I don't think any Disney movies that came out recently. The last Disney movie that I think crushed it in terms of having at least a score that was as good as the movie was Frozen, which if you ask me when Frozen came out, I would say 2 years ago. But I think Frozen, how long ago was Frozen? Has Frozen been 20 years? I mean, that seems impossible, but it's possible. When was Frozen out? This is going to depress me. 2013. All right, so 11 years ago. Still, that's crazy. That is insane. It doesn't seem like it's possible. Thank you. Congrats for the membership. Dangerous Minds was the Michelle Pfeiffer movie, definitely. Yeah, different kind of song, right? Absolutely. But still, even that's gone. They're not even doing that anymore. And I don't know why. Dazed and Confused for sure. Guardians of the Galaxy, I'll give you that one. But even Guardians of the Galaxy took the soundtrack and made it integral into the story. The mixtapes that he made, that was actually part of the story as well. Stand and Deliver was a good film. Did I watch the Fall Guy movie yet? No, the show, yes. I have a problem with remakes. I don't like them. I don't even like giving them the opportunity to like them. You'll hear me say it over and over again. If somebody wants to revisit a movie from the 80s, I'm all for it. You want to bring Tom Cruise back as Maverick and make a movie showing us what's happened in the meantime? All about it. I loved it. It's awesome. I don't like the remakes. Have at it once I'm dead. But I don't like just overwriting what we already have. Yeah, I think everybody's back too, Michelle. Our numbers are right back up again. It's personal. I will say one remake I don't mind, and that's the Star Trek genre. Because so many of the original actors are gone now that I'm okay with them reimagining it, and they did a really decent job with it. So I was okay with that. And it's not like they remade the movies, they just reinvigorated the Enterprise. So I was okay with it. They told the stories we didn't already know with new actors. If they took Star Trek to Wrath of Khan and remade Wrath of Khan directly, then I might not like it as much. How many? Yeah, Supermans. Exactly. Absolutely, Shady. I don't mind the Supermans. You got to keep it coming. I loved Abrams' Star Trek. Remakes and reboots are lazy, but they're also nostalgic. I get some part of it. I like seeing the revisiting. Um, but yeah, not the reboot, if that's what you're saying, and I think it is. I agree with you. Also in Star Trek, they're in a different unit. Yeah, for those, I didn't want to get too techy, too geeky, but Abrams was really smart that he kept all of our stories intact because the Abrams Star Trek movies are on a divergent timeline. So everything we watched as children from the 60s era reruns exists. And then there was a divergent timeline. So yeah, that's getting really dorky. But I agree that was genius. Christopher Reeve is the only Superman. He's my favorite Superman. I will say Cavill did a good job, though, a really good job. Where did you get your shirts? I actually designed them. These are designs I came up with. They're on my Redbubble site. If you go to any of my pages, YouTube, anywhere, you will see a link tree and merch is on there. You can also just Google search Gen X Jono Redbubble, and all my shirts come up. Nice hat, thank you. Space Camp is better than Star Trek. I'll fight you. But I did like Space Camp. It's funny when my kids listening to music. Yeah, I did a video where there's a really popular sound on TikTok that I co-opted. So TikTok, if you're not aware, has sounds and you can use them. And it's not stealing. It's rebooting. It's remaking, I guess. It's putting your own spin. But at any rate, there's a thing where they play Dua Lipa's music and then they play the inspiration. And a lot of people hate it. They're like, she's not original at all. I don't mind it. She paid for the rights to the music. She asked the artist for permission. She reimagined some parts of the music and put her own spin on it. And she was completely upfront, right down to the name of the title, letting people know what it was she was doing. I'm kind of okay with that. If not, then I guess Ice Ice Baby, which I look back at affectionately, is something I shouldn't want to listen to. I'm kind of okay with it. Detroit Rock City, Flight of the Navigator, Escape from Witch Mountain, one of my all-time favorites. Cindy says, I like it. What about Willow? I liked Willow. Permission and paid for it, so okay. That's how I feel. Jim Carrey's Vanilla Ice, hilarious, agreed. Short Circuit, Meatballs, They Live. Oh, I love They Live. Campy, but great. Time Bandits. How do you film as you do your content often? Wait, how do you film as you do your content often? Just amazes me. I just subscribed. You are blowing up. Willow was the shit. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all of you. The content's easy. I have the easiest content on the internet. All I have to do, I can think back 54 years of amazing memories. I had a great family. I had a great childhood. I grew up in a very small town and got to enjoy being the freedom that we had as kids. So it's easy for me because on one side I've got 54 years to draw on and I've really only touched 20 years of it. I barely at all. Some of the videos I've done regarding the liquor, I'm having fun with because some of that, the Goldschlager, the Rumpelmints, the 151, the Worm in the Mezcal, the Flaming Dr. Peppers, that stuff takes me into my 20s and I've just barely hit it. And as much as I absolutely loved being a kid in the 80s, I loved being a 20-something in the 90s. It was a blast. And we barely started talking about it. So we got time. Aftershock. I chewed more glass because of fucking Aftershock. So Aftershock had these crystals that would grow in the bottle. And they were cinnamon and they were sugary and they were delicious. But I never had the patience to actually take a spoon and try to chip it away at it. So we broke the bottle and then realized after breaking the bottle that it was very difficult to differentiate between the crystals and the glass. Did that more than once. Jolt Cola. I grew up in Rochester and Buffalo, New York, and Jolt was created in Rochester. Hackers, classic 90s gold, agreed. Being a teenager in the 90s was fun too. The 90s was fun no matter what age you were. The 90s was the last divider between what we knew and what we know. So it was really, really a special time too. Pepsi versus Coke. I don't know what I like better, to be honest, anymore. I would have said Pepsi. Recently, I've been drinking a lot of Coke if I drink soda at all. So I don't know, but I'd like to redo the Pepsi challenge. I think that would be fun. New Coke was a marketing lesson in never give people what they want. New Coke, Coca-Cola, the reason for the Pepsi challenge was to unseat Coke, and they came very close. People preferred the taste of Pepsi. They actually had Coca-Cola executives preferred the taste of Pepsi. So New Coke actually tasted more like Pepsi. So they were giving people what they wanted. And as you could have guessed, you never give people what they want because we rebelled like crazy. Water or beer? I hate water. I can't drink water. I should drink water. It's good for you. I get it. I hate water. It's like drinking liquid air. I don't get the point. Pepsi if you're in the North, Coke if you're in the South. That could be why, but I was Team Pepsi. I like the Pepsi commercials better. Pepsi worked harder. Pepsi really worked really hard to get us on board, to be the Pepsi generation. What did Coke ever do? Tell me one Coke commercial after I'd like to buy the world of Coke to keep a company. That commercial was amazing. After that, it was all Pepsi. Pepsi kicked ass. Pepsi gave us Madonna and Like a Prayer. Pepsi gave us Michael J. Fox commercials. Pepsi gave us Michael Jackson commercials. Pepsi worked really, really hard to try to guess. Yeah, they burned Michael Jackson, but still. Polar bears? All right, I'll give you polar bears. That's cute. That's Christmas. I get it. But Pepsi really spent a lot of money. And that Like a Prayer commercial that they paid so much money for only aired once. Because apparently Madonna dropping to her knees in front of Black Jesus wasn't such a great idea back then. Your arms are massive. Wow. Okay. Am I too close to the screen? Anyway, I think that was somebody mocking me. I'm from Niagara Falls. The hat, Bill's Rule. Love ya. Coca-Cola Bear was cute. Michael J. Fox Pepsi commercial was awesome. What did Richard Pryor and Michael Jackson have in common? Didn't they both set their hair on fire? Mean Joe Green? Yeah. So those were good commercials, but it's not the production value, I guess I'm saying, that Pepsi put there. The burning crosses didn't help. No, the burning crosses most definitely didn't help. That was very well done. That was well done. You made me laugh. Kiss did a Pepsi commercial in the 90s. Well, yeah, and they even had Ray Charles. That was Coke, right? No, you got the right one, baby. Was that Coke? No, that was Coke. Ray Charles did Coke commercial? I don't know. What do you guys think? Did Ray Charles do a Coke commercial or a Pepsi commercial? The right one, baby. That's Coke, right? I'm losing my mind. I think it was Pepsi. No, it was Diet Pepsi. Yeah, it was Diet Pepsi. That's why I couldn't remember. Yes, Ann. Perfect, Ann. No, Doreen, it was Diet Pepsi. But that's what confused me. You got the right one, Diet Pepsi. Really cool commercial. And again, it was Pepsi. Max Headroom and Coke. Okay. Spuds McKenzie and Bud. Better. I love the Michael J. Fox commercials. I got to do some soda commercials again. I did a few, but that was a good video. It's funny how we're nostalgic about commercials. I'll watch some of those commercials, and I love them. Cowtails. You've been talking to Shell? Yeah, it was Pepsi. It was Diet Pepsi. Taco Bell Chihuahua. That's how we all learned Yo quiero Taco Bell. Are you from Buffalo originally? I'm from a small town east of Rochester, New York, but I went to school at the University of Buffalo and lived in Buffalo from 88 till about 2000. Huge Bills fan. Worked for Jim Kelly at his restaurant. Saw a million Bills games. Actually worked security at the stadium for a little while as a 20-something. Where's the beef? Don't forget the Budweiser frogs. Oscar Mayer hot dog commercial. Whitney Houston Coke commercial. I don't remember that. Bro. Time to make the donuts. That commercial has some affection for, I have affection for that commercial. So my parents owned a diner and my parents would get up really early to go to work. I was a very much a latchkey kid. And I remember my mom getting up to go to work. That was her tagline, that it was time to make the donuts. Matt LeBlanc did make a soda commercial. He did a Coke commercial and he did a Cherry 7-Up commercial. He also did a Heinz ketchup commercial, Levi 501 Blues commercial. Matt LeBlanc did a lot of commercials. You're a pepper. Bills make me want to shout. They make me want to cry. I will tell you, if out of all the stuff that this somewhat notoriety, having 1 million followers across 4 different platforms gets me, I would die a happy man if I could get the Buffalo Bills social media to notice my page. That would be amazing. Are you doing the subscriber one tonight? I'm not, just because we started this one early because I was trying to get something going. But we're going to be bringing that back soon, very soon. Do I remember Max Headroom? I absolutely do. Loves Baby Soft, horrifically bad commercials. Cocoon, nearly forgot about that one. The thing about Cocoon that gets me is Wilford Brimley was younger when filming Cocoon than I am, and not like a year or two younger. He was 48 or 49, I think, when they filmed that. And yes, they made him look a little older, but let's be honest, it didn't take much. He looked old. I see you, Wendigo. I do remember the show Dinosaurs, wasn't a huge fan. Real Men of Genius commercial. 90s, Jim Kelly, the Bills, some of the best ever. Amazing. James Lofton, Andre Reed, Steve Tasker, Thurman Thomas, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith, Mark Kelso, Don Beebe. I could go on and on. I knew all of them. Every single person. Yeah, Calvin, good point. Wilford Brimley may have looked old in his 40s, but he looked awful old in his 10s and 20s too. Fry it up in a pan. Anjoli. Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon? I like that. We actually are still hot. Raise your hand if you're sure. Great music. I laughed my ass off on the Dinosaurs. I might have to give it a try again. If you dare to go bear, never let him forget he's a man. That's Charlie was also another one, but that one was Anjoli. Daryl Talley. Yep. God. Amazing team. Just amazing. Marv Levy. Tasker, I met a bunch of them. Which is cool. Well, listen, guys, it is past 9 o'clock. For those that gifted tonight, thank you so much. No obligation ever to give so much as a penny. Those that subscribe here as members or regularly on Facebook in a subscriber group, those that give gifts throughout the live, it just helps me immensely. I am transitioning where I'm doing a lot more of this. I get messaged every day that people are really enjoying it. That they, like Ron said, thank you for doing this. I really am enjoying it. It's a dream come true. And the gifts and the thanks and the views and the shares and the subscriptions all help me make this happen. Matthew Norwood's a dirty word. It makes it fun. It makes it easy and it makes it possible. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart to every single person that's ever given so much as $1 or just shared my content, just liked it, just gone to my page and gone through it. There's more to come. There's a lot more to come. Talking with a bunch of different creators, trying to do some really, really cool things where we keep our memories alive and really share it with younger kids. So stay tuned. There's a lot more cool stuff coming. A lot more collaborations with other creators because we're a community. We don't compete against each other. We really work hard to do things together. So that's kind of cool. I'll be back on next Sunday, 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. Bring a friend next week. Let's see if we can break YouTube. Let's see if we can break the internet. Love you guys. Thank you so much. If you haven't checked videos out lately, got a few new ones up there, and I will see you back here Same bat time, same bat channel. Have an awesome week and an amazing, happy, safe 4th of July. No bottle rocket wars, all right? Keep it easy. Don't go 80s and start pointing bottle rockets at one another. Stay safe and stay out of the emergency room. Love you guys. Have an awesome week. Talk to you soon.